And we shall get started. Good morning, everyone. I'm going to mute all and we'll get started with today's offering. I've been really thinking a lot about noise, and I've been struck by how much noise is around me. So it's not just the noise that's in the environment, like the cicadas or the helicopters or the occasional motorcycle, but also the noise that's inside me. I'm aware that my thinking mind is always working. And, that's a good thing, except for when I allow it to distract me from where I want to be placing my attention. That's what I'm referring to when I talk about the noise inside me. All the ways I manage to distract myself. As I read this week's Parsha, B'chalotecha, which I think I just really butchered the Hebrew, so I apologize for that. I was struck by the noise that the Israelites and Moses were experiencing. So in this Parsha, we learn that the Israelites had been at the base of Mount Sinai for over a year and were preparing to set out on their journey. The Mishkan was built, and the instructions for some very specific additional touches, like the way to light the menorah in the Mishkan and the fashioning of 2 trumpets, along with the purification of the priests, are given at the beginning of the Parsha. So the people set out on their journey into the wilderness, into the unknown. What they do know is that God is with them. That pillar of fire and the cloud of smoke, and the Mishkan, of course. So what happens? In relatively short order, our forebears begin to complain. They're craving meat and fish and fruits and vegetables, and all they had was manna. And they weren't happy about it. Moses ends up complaining to God. How could he manage? How could he just live with and lead this group of complaining whiners? And God gives Moses some great advice. Get some help. So what intrigues me about this is that the complaining is really a distraction. It's the noise. If the Israelites and Moses had stopped and listened to what they were experiencing, really listened inside themselves, I suspect that they would have recognized that, yes, they missed the good food they had in Egypt, but really they were afraid of what was ahead. They were stepping into the unknown. This is essentially the same thing that happened right after they crossed the Sea of Reeds. And they were saying, I'm afraid. Let me go back to what I know. When we can listen to ourselves and uncover what's really going on, then we have an opportunity to deal with the real underlying issue rather than think we need some meat or some chocolate. How often do we not look into ourselves when we're upset by something? We're feeling uncomfortable about something. Listening deeply to our inner experience is really what meditation is all about. We give ourselves the gift of paying attention to ourselves. So I invite you to take your seat, and I'll be guiding this meditation through the words of a poem called Ask Yourself. And then we'll have some silence, and then I will ring the chime 3 times. And at the end of the meditation, when I ring the chime, I'm inviting you to listen to that chime. And don't open your eyes if your eyes are closed until you no longer can hear the chime. I don't know how well it reverberates over Zoom, but really listen. That's our focus for today. So I invite you to take your seat, and I invite you to assume a posture that is both relaxed and alert. So if you lift from your pelvis, from your seat, up through your spine, reaching your head, the crown of your head, toward the ceiling or the sky, however you'd like to envision that, while at the same time grounding your bottom, wherever it is that you're sitting, on a chair or a cushion. And allowing everything to soften as you reach up. So your eyelids soften and gently close over your eyes. Or if that's not comfortable, you take an unfocused gaze down toward the floor. And your face softens. And your shoulders soften. And I invite you to breathe comfortably, no forcing. Ask yourself quietly, gently, patiently, am I listening? Drop these words into the silence. Wait for the responsive stillness of the body. Am I listening? Sit quietly without straining. Hang there in space between the words. Suspend everything but this. Am I listening? And let go. Don't expect answers. This is not a meditation about answers. It's not a meditation about questions either, because both of these would require an outcome. This is simply a practice in listening. So ask yourself again, with no expectation, am I listening? Am I listening, body? Then open. Listening is an opening. Body, I am listening. Let the word body be an endearment. Let it be a declaration of love. This, I am listening. I am listening, body. Body, I am listening. It's like saying, dear one, my love, I am here. I am listening. What's there? What do you find in the space that opens after this loving, no question is asked? Perhaps it is tears. It is often tears, for we long to be listened to. Perhaps it is joy. It is often joy, because we long to be heard. Perhaps it is stillness. Perhaps it is numbness. Perhaps it is acceptance. Perhaps it is rejection. Perhaps it is contraction. Perhaps it is softening. Sit with it. Whatever it is that first arises, sit and listen. Listen with your whole body, the way you do when it's raining heavily, and from your shelter, each splash of water, each falling drop can be felt through your skin, reverberating, so that listening is a knowing of felt sense. Listen this way, through your skin and down, down, down within, allowing the listening to drop deeply inside you. I am listening, belly. I am listening, heart. Skin, I am listening. I am listening, breath. When you do this, you may find that there is another listening rising out of your body to meet you. You are being listened to. Allow yourself to receive this listening, this reciprocity of stillness, of silence. Because do not be mistaken, this is what listening is, an opening into silence, into stillness. Relax into it. Soften into presence. This is who you are. Keep dropping the question in and waiting, opening, listen. Am I listening? This stillness, this silence is all around you if you tune into it. Feel it in the space of your room. I am listening, room. Feel it in the space outside your window. I am listening, clouds. Bring that same attentive, waiting, listening presence to the whole world. Eyes open with all your senses. I am listening, trees. I am listening, rain. I am listening, sky. I am listening, wind. I am listening, light. Continue listening. Sometimes inside the body, sometimes outside the body. Do this until there seems no distinction between the two. Do this until the silence and stillness in both seem equally to answer each other. Do this until you get a sense of the waiting, stillness, and listening both inside you and outside you. Do this until you are ready to start listening in every moment as you continue your day.